we're having a wonderful time with it.
What are we doing this week, Laura?
This is a rehearsal for a family and schools concert tomorrow and on Sunday. I think it's a bit of Berlioz, something fantastic. I think there's a bit of a can-can going on in there. And then a piece by Rachel Leach as well.
Oh, I love Rachel Leach. She did lots of our GCSE videos.
It should be interesting. On Wednesday it's for schools and on Sunday it's for families.
And then Saturday
we have Bluebeard's Castle. Ed Gardner, it's going to be really exciting, very epic. Looking forward to it.
You know, our TikTok audience has started calling him Draco.
Really?
As in Draco Malfoy.
I can see it.
He's definitely a Slytherin.
Do you think?
Well, I think Slytherins are always driven to be their best. It's not necessarily an insult to call someone a Slytherin.
No, I think when you phrase it like that, I definitely think you might be right.
And Symphonie Fantastique with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. I might walk past you today. Yeah, probably to about there, don't worry. But most of the time, I'll be here. In fact, the crowds are so happy that they keep shouting, hooray! Listen to the strings shout, hooray now.
We're doing Haydn Symphony No. 90.
When do you normally play on these instruments?
Well, in this orchestra, we tend to play Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven generally, on the classical era.
Wow.
I mean, generally you'll find people are playing much earlier music, rock music, but I in particular wouldn't be able to enter the realms of that. It's just too tricky, but this is fine.
So, what is it like to play? You don't have vowels.
No, it's basically just a plain length of tube, so it plays the harmonic series. Wider intervals at the beginning, getting closer together towards the top. And we have these little finger holes that make some of the notes slightly more secure and slightly more in tune. So. A very important function we sometimes serve, which is if we play these three notes, and that's the Leberwohl motif, which means farewell. So very often in Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, maybe the end of a long symphony, you'll hear those three notes, and the audience would instinctively know that it's time to get their coats ready, because it basically means see you later. In fact, in this Haydn symphony, he uses that motif with the intention of setting up the expectation that the piece is almost over. And as we know, music's very much more interesting when expectations are denied. And Haydn does that in this piece to sort of comic effect.
It's like a fake ending.
It is, exactly, yeah.
I remember very clearly the evening in 1999 when I sat in the choir stalls for the wonderful LPO playing with Bernard Haitink, and that was the first time I ever saw this incredible opera, non-stage, but with all the drama you could ever want for it. And to be in the room there for Haitink and the LPO for the first time, and then to be the next conductor conducting this orchestra in this piece, was a real privilege, and we're having a wonderful time with it.
Not what Haydn would have had, because in his day you would have had taps all the way around to change the pitch, and this is a 19th century invention whereby you've got what's called a hand crank that draws down the whole mechanism by way of pushing down on this what's called a rocker arm, and it brings the whole thing down. So instead of having to change 7 or 8 taps, I can just do the whole thing. It's like having a pedal but using your hands. So they're less than 10 years old, but they look old. They've been made to look old, cleverly. I like them because they're simple, and they make your job playing this kind of repertoire simple as well. Wooden sticks, and the actual amount of sound that you've got is much reduced from bigger drums.
If you're enjoying these behind the scenes videos, please like and subscribe and leave us a comment. It really helps us to grow our YouTube channel. Thanks!